Welcome back. Today is day 6 of Vlogtober, and I've come to the realization that this whole idea about accessibility is something that I'm obsessed with. So I can see it being a big theme for this series. And I'm obsessed with it because it's really important if you're trying to sell your artwork, or really trying to sell anything. I didn't realize how often I thought about the whole idea around accessibility until I started making these videos, so you'll probably hear a lot more about it. Anyway, today I'm going to read to you a blog post I wrote a while ago, and it's about selling artwork and what a weird thing it is to sell artwork. So let's go inside and check it out. Also, the whole video is not just going to be me sitting in a chair reading. I'll throw in some cool video clips and whatnot. Selling art is weird. Actually, selling art is awesome. Trying to sell it or coming up with ways to sell it is when it gets weird. Let me try that again. I think to put it more accurately, after it sells and you ask yourself how and why it sold is the weird part. The answers could be infinite, and if any of the answers made any sense or were consistent, we'd be selling a lot more artwork than we are. Take this painting for example. I made it during the summer of 2016. I happen to be in the very fortunate position to own a shop in the town I live, which means I have a unique opportunity most artists don't have. I have a venue to display my work in hopes of selling it. This is a pretty amazing thing. It doesn't take an economist to figure out that the more eyes that see your work, the better chances you have of selling it are. With that said, every artist should be doing whatever they can to get their work in front of as many people as possible. So here's the story of selling this painting and why I think it's weird. As soon as I finished making the painting, I hung it up in my shop. It was on display from midsummer until October. In that time, a lot of people saw it, and yet it remained unsold. I only know I took it off the wall in October because I was invited to hang some paintings at a restaurant in a nearby town. This painting hung on the wall of that restaurant for 2 months. Do you have any idea how many people eat at a popular restaurant on just the weekend? Hundreds. That's a lot of eyes. Obviously, people are not there for the art. They're there to eat, but you know, some people have to notice the artwork on the walls. After 2 months and probably a couple thousand people seeing this painting, it still had not found a home. After the restaurant gig, I hung it back up in my shop. This would have been December, which is the biggest sales month for probably every store in America. Still, it sat, or rather hung, unsold. It hung all the way until April when I removed it from the wall again. This time I was invited to display some paintings at Sally Lou's Wholesome Cafe, which is an awesome coffee shop in a different nearby town. While hanging at Sally Lou's, somebody, a saint, bought the painting. Obviously I was thrilled. Like I said, selling artwork is awesome. And then it gets weird. Consider the logistics of this. If you think about it too much, your head could explode. Literally, thousands of people saw this painting in 3 different venues, each in a different town, spread out over the course of 9 months. That's a lot of effort to sell a single piece of artwork. I easily drove that painting over 100 miles back and forth from venue to venue. Unfortunately, I had to drive down to this restaurant 2 days in a row. Then consider the time of having to coordinate with the venues and hanging the artwork, promoting the art shows online, etc. It's kind of mind-boggling. And just plain weird. It only takes one person to buy the painting, but in this case, it took having to be seen by thousands before the right person finally saw it. What if that one person would have walked into my shop in August, the day after I hung it on my wall? Would they have bought it then? What if that one person went to a different coffee shop that day? Would somebody else have purchased it while it hung at Sally Lou's? Maybe the painting would still be hanging on the wall in my own shop right now. You never know. That's the weird. If you came here looking for the secret to selling art, there's no surefire guarantee way to sell a painting. The best thing I can tell you is that the secret is you have to keep showing it to people. Just keep showing. That's it. Sometimes a painting sells within the first 2 minutes of posting it on Instagram, and sometimes it takes showing it in 3 different venues over the course of 9 months. You just never know. Some people buy after seeing the image on their phone, and others need to see it in person while they're eating a bowl of granola and drinking a latte at a coffee shop. Like Dory says, just keep showing. That's it for today. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, give it a thumbs up, subscribe so you don't miss the next one, and I'll see you all tomorrow.